Om Shri Sai Ram. In the previous class, we learned about multiplication of complex numbers. In this session, we are going to learn about division of complex number. Division of two complex numbers. Let us see how we can divide two complex numbers. Division of complex number involves multiplying of both numerator and denominator with the conjugate of the denominator. Here we will consider one example. Let us say Z1 is A plus Bi, as Z2 is C plus Di. There are two complex numbers. Let us divide Z1 by Z2. Yeah, Z1 by Z2 is equal to A plus Bi divided by C plus Di, as we have taken Z1 and Z2. Here C plus Di should not be equal to 0. If it becomes 0, something divided by 0, it will become infinity. So the condition should be that C plus Di should not be equal to 0. Now for this, let us multiply the both numerator as well as denominator with the conjugate of the denominator. Here the denominator is C plus Di and its conjugate will be C minus Di, and we have multiplied its conjugate to numerator as well as denominator. So now what we can do is you multiply this two complex number, and here C plus Di and into C minus Di, this is A plus B into A minus B. So what is A plus B into A minus B? A square minus B square. Yeah, we have multiplied that, and here you see A into C, we multiplied this into this into this, plus this into this, and Bi into minus Di, and that becomes minus Bd into I square. I square is minus 1, so that minus and minus becomes plus here. We multiplied multiplied both numerator and denominator with conjugate of the denominator, and now you multiply this A into C minus A into Di, and we have grouped that, as already you know that multiplication of two complex number. So we have done here. So we grouped the real parts as well as imaginary parts. Now this is what Z1 by Z2 is equal to AC plus BD plus BC minus AD into I divided by C square plus D square. Say this is as you know that A plus B into A minus B is A square minus B square. So for this, C plus Di into C minus Di is equal to C square minus Di whole square. So this is equal to C square minus D square into I square. So we know that I square value is minus 1. If you substitute that value here, this is minus 1, as we substituted I square is equal to minus 1. So this becomes C square, minus into minus becomes plus, and this is D square. So now the denominator is C square plus D square. Thus it gives Z1 by Z2. Now what I can do is I can separate this. I can divide this divided by denominator plus this divided by denominator. So that I can separate these terms. So AC plus BD divided by C square plus D square plus, and this is imaginary part. If you divide, so BC minus AD divided by C square plus D square times I. See, this is also a complex number, as here we have a real part and this is imaginary part. this part is real part and this one is imaginary part. This gives a division of two complex number. Let us consider one example here, which is 3 plus I by 4 minus 2I. We have to divide this. Say 3 plus I divided by 4 minus 2I. Here I have to multiply both numerator as well as denominator with the conjugate of the denominator. Here denominator is 4 minus 2I and its conjugate is 4 plus 2I. So we have multiplied both numerator as well as denominator. So we will get, so now this is multiplication of two complex number. So we multiply 3 into 4 plus 3 into 2I plus 4 in I into 4 plus I into 2I, that is minus 2I square. So this becomes 10 plus 10I, and this is as I said, a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square, and I square becomes minus 1 there. So if you substitute, you will get 4 square plus 2 square. 4 square is 16, 2 square is 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. Now this is equal to 10 plus 10I divided by 20. So I can take 10 from these two terms. If I take 10 common, so you left 10 into 1 plus I divided by 20. So 10 ones are 10 twos are. Now 1 plus I divided by 2. Now you divide that 2. So it will become 1 by 2 plus I by 2. So now I separated that 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into I. So this is a division of complex number. And here provided that 4 minus 2I should not be equal to 0. Okay. Next here we have one property, that is modulus of Z1 by Z2 is equal to modulus of Z1 divided by modulus of Z2. So to prove this, as we discussed in the last class, we can express the complex number in polar coordinates. So how we can express that? So Z is equal to R cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, here R is the absolute value where theta is a argument. So now we can express the complex number in polar coordinates as well. Polar coordinates are R and theta. So let us prove this. Yeah, here Z1 can be written as R1 into cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1. Similarly, Z2 can be written as R2 of cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Yes. Take modulus of Z1. If you take modulus of Z1, so it becomes square root of R1 square of cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1, it becomes. So now square root of R1 square I taken out of the square root, it will become R1. So this becomes cos square theta 1 plus sin square theta 1 becomes 1 from the identities of trigonometry. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So we have applied here. So now square root of 1 becomes 1. 1 into R1 is equal to R1. So hence modulus of Z1 is equal to R1. Similarly, I can write modulus of Z2 as R2. The next argument, that is argument of Z1 is equal to theta 1 to find the angle. Argument of Z2 is obviously is equal to theta 2. Next, Z1 by Z2 is equal to, what is Z1? R1 into cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1, and Z2 is R2 into cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. So here is a division of two complex number. So here we have to multiply both numerator as well as denominator with conjugate of the denominator. What is conjugate of the denominator? So you change the plus to minus, it becomes conjugate. So that term you have to multiply both numerator as well as denominator. See, we have multiplied both numerator as well as denominator by conjugate of the conjugate of the denominator, which is cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 2. That is, conjugate of cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2 is cos theta 2 minus I sin theta 2. We multiplied both numerator as well as denominator. See, after multiplication, what you can do is, this is multiplication of two complex number, you multiply the terms here. So, after multiplying, apply what is I square is equal to minus 1, and then group the real part as well as imaginary part separately. So, what we can have is cos theta 1 into cos theta 2, this cos theta 1 into minus I sin theta 2 is minus I cos theta 1 into sin theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 into cos theta 2, and here plus into minus become minus here. I sin theta 1 into I sin theta 2 is I square sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. This is minus I square sin theta 1 into sin theta 2. What is I square? I square is minus 1. Minus 1 into minus become plus. With denominator, this is a plus b into a minus b. So, it will become a square minus b square, and minus here I square, this is minus, this become I square into minus will become plus here. So, this is cos square theta 2 plus sin square theta 2, and the value of this one will be 1 from the identity of trigonometry. And here in the next step, what we get, in the next step you group the real terms here. Cos theta 1, cos theta 2, and sin theta 1, sin theta 2 are the real part, and here I is common term, you take I out of these two terms. We will get R1 into cos theta 1, cos theta 2 plus sin theta 1, sin theta 2 plus I sin theta 1, cos theta 2 minus this one cos theta 1 into sin theta 2 divided by R2. Now, in the next step, this is cos theta 1, cos theta 2 plus sin theta 1, sin theta 2. Formula of cos A minus B. What is that? Cos A minus B is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, that is cos of A minus B. Similarly here, sin A cos B minus cos A sin B, that is sin of A minus B. Similar formula we can apply here. This becomes cos of theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I times sin of theta 1 minus theta 2, and with R2 here. Now, we have to take modulus on both the sides. So, it becomes this is Z1 by Z2, Z1 by Z2. Now, if I take modulus on both sides, so this become R1 by R2 into square root of cos square theta 1 minus theta 2 plus sin square theta 1 minus theta 2. So, this becomes cos square theta 1 minus theta 2 and plus sin square theta 1 minus theta 2 become 1 from the identities of trigonometry. So, it become square root of 1 will be 1 into R1 by R2 is equal to R1 by R2. So, now what is R1? So, in the beginning we expressed that R1 is modulus of Z1 and R2 as modulus of Z2, and this gives the proof of this proves the given statement, that is Z1 by modulus of Z1 by Z2 is equal to modulus of Z1 divided by modulus of Z2. Yes, we can write the argument. Argument of Z1 by Z2 is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2, and that can be expressed as argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2. See, we have another example here. Finding modulus of the complex number 2 plus I divided by 3 minus I. Yes, here just now we proved that the property modulus of Z1 by Z2 is equal to modulus of z1 divided by modulus of z2. So use that property to find modulus of the given complex number. Modulus of z is equal to modulus of 2 plus I divided by 3 minus I. I have chosen that 2 plus I divided by 3 minus I as z, and after this I have taken modulus on both the sides. So I'll get this. So this can be written as with reference to that one, I can write this as modulus of 2I divided by modulus of 3I. So what is modulus of 2 plus I is? 2 plus I is, I can write this as 2 square plus what is imaginary part here is 1. So I can write that as 1 square. So this becomes 4 plus 1. So what is that? Square root of 4 plus 1 will become 5. Similarly in the denominator, which is 3 minus I, modulus of 3 minus I can be written as 3 square plus minus 1 square. The imaginary part here is minus 1. So this become, which is equal to 3 square is 9 plus minus 1 square is 1. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So which is square root of 10. And this can be written as square root of 5 by 10. So this is 5 ones are 5 twos are, which is equal to 1 by 2. So this can be written as square root of 1 is 1 and the square root of 2 is square root of 2. So this is how we find out the modulus of the given complex number. Thus, which is modulus of z is equal to 1 by root 2. Okay, that's division of complex number. In the next class, we'll do the properties. After that, we will do the problems from the exercise. Sairam, thank you.